Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Aaron and I'm here to help you. I'd like to talk to you all about IELTS speaking band descriptors. You may be thinking about taking the IELTS exam, or you have the IELTS exam already booked in. It doesn't matter why you're taking the exam. I hope you can learn something from this video and I hope that I can help you. The speaking component is one of the 4 components of the IELTS exam. The 4 criteria that the examiner will use to assess you during the speaking section are as follows: Fluency and Coherence, Lexical Resource, Grammatical range and accuracy, and finally, pronunciation. Band 9 is the highest, Band 0 is the lowest. If you do not attend, you'll get a Band 0. If you turn up and say something, you at least get a Band 1. The 4 criteria are worth 25% each. In this video, I'll explain how you can get a high score in each. I'll also give examples of common mistakes that people make. Remember, the examiner wants to know how well you can use the English language, and also whether or not you can speak English fluently and confidently. This is the sample question that I'll be using throughout this video. Do you like cooking? Do you like cooking? Fluency and coherence. Minimize self-correction and repetition. Minimize pausing and stuttering. Answer with a good logical structure. Develop your answers. Demonstrate to your examiner that you can articulate your points with confidence. About the first 2 points. I understand that everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has to correct themselves every now and then. But if you do it far too often, or if you pause too often, or if you stutter too often, it does make you sound that you lack confidence, and that's not something that you want. And I can give you an example. Do you like cooking? Well, yeah, I like cooking spaghetti. Spaghetti and penne. Yeah, penne, and so on and so forth. Okay, so there are no problems with grammar there. However, with the self-correction and repetition, it doesn't sound as if that I was confident at all. About the last 2 points, it's all about being able to tell a story with confidence, being able to have good flow from start to end, and with good linking words in between and throughout. I can give you an example. Do you like cooking? Yes, I like cooking. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. I like interesting things and I like fun things. And so I like cooking. So in this case, there's a lot of repetition and also there's not a good amount of linking words. There's not a very well developed answer, and it doesn't really give reasons why I like cooking. Lexical resource or vocabulary. Use a wide range of vocabulary. Use less common vocabulary and idioms correctly. Paraphrase. What do I mean by paraphrase? Well, to paraphrase is to repeat or summarize the same idea with different words. Paraphrasing demonstrates that you are answering the question and you understand it. If you use less common words that native English speakers and advanced English speakers know, then you'll score well in this area. However, you have to use them correctly. Otherwise, you won't score well and you won't appear confident in front of the examiner if you misuse them. If the words in your answer are too simple and are often repeated, then unfortunately you won't sound confident and there's very little evidence for the examiner that you can use the English language. Here's an example. Do you like cooking? I like cooking. I enjoy it a lot. I cook every day. I can cook a lot of things. In this example, There are no problems with the grammar, and there are no problems with pronunciation. However, here is a much better answer. Do you like cooking? I consider cooking to be my forte. It brings me a lot of happiness. I enjoy being in the kitchen and experimenting with different ingredients. Grammatical range and accuracy. During the IELTS exam, you'll have to tell stories. You'll also have to give your opinions. So use different tenses appropriately. Structure sentences correctly. Use both simple and complex sentences. Be careful of irregular verbs. Not every past tense verb ends with the letters ed. They're called irregular verbs. So for example, the past tense of ring is rang, the past tense of eat is ate, and the past tense of swim is swam. Also be careful of prepositions. So for example, in the middle of the night, at 5 p.m, on Wednesday, in the middle of the year, at the end of the year, and so on. Pronunciation. Pronounce words correctly. Use the correct intonation. If you were to give an answer that is grammatically correct and well developed, but the pronunciation is off or far from perfect, then unfortunately you will lose marks, and that's because the examiner may not understand what you're saying, and you're making it hard for the examiner, who has to guess what you're trying to say. Take for example, if you were to say computer, unfortunately that could be misunderstood. The correct pronunciation is computer. Here are some model answers that I can share with you. You can either say yes or no. Do you like cooking? Yes, cooking is one of my favorite pastimes. I am very budget conscious, and that's why I have developed a passion for cooking. It is noticeably cheaper to cook at home than to eat out. Apart from saving money, I enjoy watching videos of people cooking on YouTube once every now and then, and I enjoy emulating them. Here's an alternate answer to the question, do you like cooking? Not really. Unfortunately, I am terrible at cooking because I am messy and I cook at a snail's pace. I prefer not to deal with the hassles of cooking, and so I often dine out. I enjoy winding down and trying different cuisines with my closest friends. Okay, one final IELTS sample question. Describe a teacher who has greatly influenced you in your education. One teacher who has influenced me in my education was my high school economics teacher. He aroused the students' interest with his really quirky sense of humor, his knowledge of economics, and his interest in world affairs. He was really adept at explaining jargon and difficult words in simple terms to students. And even though at first I hated economics, I ended up enjoying it and loving every minute of his classes. For these reasons, I am passionate about economic affairs to this day, and I would say that he is a teacher who has greatly influenced me. Thank you for watching this video. You're welcome to leave your comments and feedback down below. Did you enjoy this video? Please like this video and subscribe if you did. Also, I'm new to creating videos on YouTube, so if you have any feedback, please let me know. Once again, thank you so much for watching.